Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to show you how to make this lovely sunflower granny square book cover. You can use any kind of granny squares, literally anything you want, but I'm going to be using these. These are adorable, lovely. I've got a tutorial on them on my last video. Let's get straight into it. You're going to need, if you're doing my version of the sunflowers, they're each about 9.5 centimeters wide, so you're going to need 12 of these to cover the book properly because of the page area as well. So when you've got 12 of these, 12 of any kind of granny squares, or however much you need to cover your whole book, then come back and I'll show you how to make the lovely book cover. So basically, when I get a book, not sponsored, just love this book, it's like much smaller than the actual thing. If you take it twice, then you're basically going to have nearly a whole granny square wrapping over it like this as like a little closing place for it. So I'm now gonna start sewing this together. So what you're gonna need is probably the best is to have the same color as you used as the background, because then it doesn't show that much. And I'm gonna be using a needle, but you can do it with your hook. If you want to, if you know how to do that. I just find it very difficult and I like the needle effect more, so I'm going to be doing that. So you're going to get your yarn. You can actually get any colour you want, you just want it to match the background, and you're going to get quite a long piece. I usually get triple of what I need, so that's 1, 2, 3. Gonna chop it here. Now just going to put this on, and now you're going to start sewing them together. When you're sewing these together, you're going to get your yarn and you're going to start off, if you're doing the granny squares I made, you're going to start off, there's chain 2 here, so you're going to go into that second one. Oh, sorry, wrong. You're going to go through the bottom half of that second one, just like that. And you're going to do the same thing here. So there's the chain 2, these 2. You can go into that small one, into the bottom one. You're going to go through like this, and you're going to make a knot, just to secure it. And now, just going to go through the whole thing, always picking up on those bottom stitches. So here I'm going to go just through this half, the bottom half, then here through this bottom half, making sure I don't sew this loose end into it as well, and don't scrunch it up too much because then it won't have the proper effect. So once again, through half here, and pull through. Half, pull. And you're going to go through the whole thing like that. And in the end, you should end by that chain 2. That's 1. And then there's the first one here as well. Just like that. And now that it's joined like this, it looks absolutely stunning. Just gonna go through that little loop that you just made twice because that secures it the most. Pull till it makes a knot. And there you go. Let it loose. And now you're gonna do this with all the couples that I'm gonna show you. When you've got it all arranged in the order you'll want them to be, so I've got these two joined together. I'm going to join these two like that, and then these two like that, and then I'll show you how to do the rest. If it's looking like this, you should use the same exact method to sew together. You can do this any way you want, either sew this, this and this, or you can sew these. It's probably better to just sew these so they're 4, 4, 4, and then you're going to sew them all together. So I'll just sew it together, and then I'll show you what to do next. So this is what it should look like after you connect these. I'm so excited because it's actually coming together into actual fabric and not little squares. And now I'm just going to sew these two together, and we're basically going to have the fabric to make the book cover. But before you even start thinking about sewing all of this up, you have to get rid of these just to make sure that it's nice and secure. The edge, the corners ones don't really matter. Literally just the ones that are inside of it. You'll deal with these edge ones later. So what you'll want to do is see, ooh, I've got two here, and then you're gonna stick this in here and pull one through, just like that, and then pull the second one through a different hole so then you can still tie them together, just like this. Make a double knot, nice and tight so there's not many holes, and there you go. You don't have to chop it off yet, you can do that later. And you're going to do that with every single one of these. It also really helps fill out those awkward holes between each granny square. See that difference? These are filled in, these got like holes in them. Hole, no hole, no hole. You get it. Now that that's all done, it should be looking something like this. See how much neater it is? I know, right? So now you're gonna, since I don't have the thing to stretch it out, then I'm just gonna ignore that step. But if you do have like the blocking board, then sure, you can do that if it doesn't look nice and even. But we're gonna go straight to the sewing. So you're gonna put your book exactly on the edge, just like that. And then you're gonna take this and flip it over just like that. And that's basically all you're going to do. This will be left to close it up. And now you're just going to sew these, sew this and sew this together. I'm going to be using the same colour that I used for the background. You can use any colour. I'm going to use triple the amount of what I would normally need. Chop that off. Let's start off at this end. So you're going to go through two of the stitches on either side and pull through and then make a knot. Now you're going to mark where you want it to be, so without any stretching, I want it to end here, just like that. Seal that off and take the book out. And now you're just going to sew this together like you're sewing anything else. Put these ends out of the way, you're going to leave them in later on. We're just going to go from one side through both stitches, through the whole stitch, and to the other. You're going to go across the whole area that you're sewing together. Then when you're nearing the end, just going to finish off those last few stitches just like that. And now that I'm by my marker, I'm just going to go through it once, and then as I'm going to go through it again, and this time you're going to go through that loop, don't fully pull through, and do 1, 2, pull, and it's secure. Yay! So you're gonna get your stitch marker out of there, and there you go, you've got one part of the pocket finished. Now you're gonna do the other part, which I'm gonna measure again just to make sure I have it right. See, it fits perfectly. So this one should be basically the same, just like that, and you're gonna do the same thing you did on the other side. Just get your yarn. Might actually just get double of what I need because I had a lot left over from last time. Get it on your needle, and you're gonna do the same thing you were doing just now. Take out the book again. No, actually no, for the first stitch now. First stitch you need the book to be there just to know where you need it to bend, and you go through that, tie a knot. And you're gonna take out the book and go through the rest of it like last time. Now that that's finished, I'm just gonna pull this through, and there we go. Check if your book fits in there, and since it's much bigger, like there's loads of space left over here, like that, it means that it can fit all kinds of book thicknesses. And then if you do this, it closes up just like that. So now you can either put like a button here, which is probably what I'm going to do, and then you're gonna hook it on through this like that. So it's gonna be nice button, cute, adorable. Since I do not have great supplies and I have this really adorable button that would fit perfectly, and I don't have a needle thick enough to get the yarn into and go through the hole because it gets stuck here. It's fun, you know. Well, I figured out that I can just stick the yarn through it on its own. So let's go through that extremely difficult process. A lot of spit has to be included, but who cares? Okay, slightly secured it in. Ah, there we go. Actually nailed it. Oh, I'm so happy. Exhausting. There we go. Let's chop this short-ish, not completely short because then it would fall apart, and we do not want that to happen. There we go, we've got a button. Cute. What do you think? I think so, definitely. So you're gonna put your book in, button it all up, and look at the cutie. We're still gonna have to weave in the ends, but we'll do that in a minute. So it looks like this, adorable. The back looks like this, sides, lovely. Let's weave in the ends. So it's all finished weaved in, but I realised that I want this to be a bag. So like when you're going out to the park to read, just gonna put a snacky, a phone, a book in there, and you're ready to go. But I don't want it to always have straps on, so I found these lovely inventions. So I just pop them on and have a strap between them. So I'm gonna get my yarn again, and I'm gonna crochet into this, I guess. Never done this before, but it's always the first time for everything, right? So I'm gonna start with a loop on my hook, go through this, and I guess I'll just like, I don't know how to do this. I might do I'm gonna do single crochets through that. So that's 2, 3, probably gonna do 4. So it's like this thickness. And now I'm gonna do single crochets across the whole thing until it's long enough, and then I'm gonna connect it to this. So this is it all nice and finished. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. So it's got the button, you can button it up just like that. It's nice, pretty, gorgeous. And then I made this, you really don't need to do this, but I did 3 or 4 wide and I crocheted it onto these lovely thingies. So then if I want it to be a bag, it's like a little handbag, as you see on the screen. It looks lovely with the book. You can have your book, your keys, snack, your phone in there, whatever. And then you literally just pop it off one side, then the other, and you've got this adorable little pocket thingamajig. Oh, sticking out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you just like this overall, and I hope to see you in future or past videos anywhere. Really, I'll appreciate it. Don't forget to support, because I need support. So bye.